Hello, Strong Souls. This is Orlando, and I am here to get started with this event called Bird Word. We're going to build a totem pole consisting of our seven spirit birds. So, everybody has heard of spirit animal guides or spirit guides. A lot of those tend to be birds. In fact, the majority of those, I would say, are birds. If we just take the time to sit back and listen, they always have messages they are trying to deliver from us. Some people may take them as omens, messages. Some people look at them as angels. It's up to you to interpret what that bird is trying to tell you. And there is a lot of research out there if that is something you're interested in researching or learning about. So we are going to use a few different Oracle card decks throughout this event. And the first spread I used is Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer, illustrations by B. Sturgis. And this was the first Oracle deck I bought consisting of spirit animals. They're not just birds in this deck. We have snow leopard, panda, rattlesnake. They're really beautiful cards. Chameleon, unicorn, ladybug, zebra, mouse. So what I did was I took out all the birds for this reading. So we're only going to be using the bird cards out of this deck. And if you have been following this event, you should have seen the previous post I listed, which was the 3 card spread using this deck. So if you did not see that spread yet, go ahead and take the time to go and choose a card and come back and we will get started with the results. Okay, so for those who picked card number 1, you got the blue heron card. Really beautiful bird. They are native to the San Luis Valley. I don't know if they're native here or if they just pass through here. Anyways, you can see them in the valley during certain times of the year. And I believe springtime is one of the best times, along with the sandhill cranes, all the geese and stuff. So this card says, make a stand for what you believe in, and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. So the blue heron, blue is a color of truth. It's the color of the throat chakra. Um, I think this card is about self-expression and getting to know yourself on a inner level basis, doing a little bit of self-discovering, becoming aware and confident of who you are and what you stand for. Orange and green in this card represents love and creativity. So by standing up for what you believe in, that's the way you can radiate love and creativity out into the world. Blue Heron, trust your deepest sense of knowing what the right action is and do it. And don't rely on others to tell you what to do or how to act. Not everyone will approve the decisions you make, and if your choice goes against the grain of what people expect from you, you'll no doubt run into strong criticism and judgment. Stand still and look around you and breathe. You're doing just fine in spite of others' assessments of you. Besides, your greatest and most fulfilling support will come from that place inside that guides you by revealing signs that tell you what path to follow. Heeding these signs helps your soul be in alignment with your spirit's intent for you. You may have to get both feet in the water and wade through the dregs of other people's disapproval, asserting yourself where is needed. Practical optimism and clarity of purpose will always dissipate any tendencies towards cynicism or self pity. Trust in your inner knowing and let that be the source of your strength to help you keep moving forward. Associations, autonomy, dignity, self determination, balance, gracefulness, peacefulness, resolve, uniqueness, illumination, independence, boundaries, exploration, fluidity, self reliance, dignity, and deliberateness. This card says you're going to experience disapproval, or perhaps maybe not even disapproval from others. Sometimes people are supportive or approve of the things we're doing, however, we still feel a certain type of negative judgment coming from that. I think this card is a reminder that everybody goes through judgment and criticism from other people, but your inner truth and what you believe in, your inner self, is what's most important to please. So, follow your dreams, figure out who you are, who your inner self is, what you really want out of life, and set flight for it. Just go ahead and go for it, despite the disapproval or judgments of other people. We'll go ahead and move on now. So, card number 2. Penguin. The period of darkness you have been experiencing is now passing. Another beautiful card. A lot of blue, some green and red, a lot of love and truth coming through from the people who chose penguin. Penguin is typically found in colder climates, so I am going to say that people who may have chose penguin may have had a hard life. I chose penguin myself, so I might speak from my own experience in this. But I feel like some people feel like they have been left out in the cold or abandoned. They've experienced many obstacles or hardships they've been forced to overcome on their own. But Penguin is a survivor. It endures tough situations, tough climates, freezing weather, ice. A very great swimmer. I don't believe penguins fly. I'm pretty sure they're a bird. For a minute there, I was questioning that. But yeah, I think this card is just about endurance and overcoming life's challenges and obstacles, making it through the storm and still coming up on top, warm, hot, and ready for fun, for action, for life, for better experiences. Um, this penguin's on a journey, I feel like, and he's determined to get somewhere, and he's going to get it. So, stick in there, penguins. We'll get through this. You've endured hardships in your life, sometimes gracefully, sometimes awkwardly, yet they've taught you life lessons that have been invaluable in forming the person you are today. These experiences have influenced the kind of personality and character you possess. However, the path you've taken has ultimately been influenced by the choices you've made in response to these experiences. This is especially true with your most recent cycle, one that has presented many challenges that you've dealt with successfully. That period of travail is passing, and whether or not you're aware of it, it has contributed significantly to your spiritual growth. Emerging from this period, You'll still be faced with a few challenges, but you'll readily face them with the courage and inner strength you mustered during this period of struggle. You've discovered resources that you never knew you had, and these will serve you well for the rest of your life. Your faith in life's unfoldment and your greater awareness of your soul's destiny will help you deal with anything that comes your way with self confidence, grace, and fluidity. Making conscious and deliberate choices now becomes top priorities, as these have the potential to dramatically alter your life. Associations are determination, focus, endurance, self confidence, respect, gratefulness, agility, fluidity, etiquette, clarity, awareness, willingness, sturdiness, and intention. So we might have a choice or certain opportunities coming up. Um, Take your time to think about them wisely. Don't rush into any big decisions. Speak up for yourself. Make sure to say what you really mean and what you really want. Um, and again, sometimes we use our rough situations or our hardships as excuses to keep us in a hard spot or a hard place. It's up to us to overcome and get out of that situation to grow as a person, to grow spiritually. Sometimes people have the mindset like, I'll leave this one up to God, or I'll let God take care of it. I'll leave it in God's hands. I used to be one of those people with that mindset, and I still am very spiritual and try to have a connection to God the best I can. But there came a day where when I realized it's really up to me to make a change in my life, despite the situations I've been in or the cycle I've been a part of. It's up to me and it's up to our generation to break those generational curses and the diseases embedded in our DNA. Moving on to card number 3, you got Emu. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. So Emu is coming in from a pink or a light blue background. I think he's light-hearted, connected to spirituality already, comes with a lot of love. Um, However, maybe Emu has not had enough space to roam around lately since it's indicating he needs a new adventure. Perhaps he's been feeling stuck. Um, Especially with the pandemic going on, it's been really hard to make plans or get out, do the stuff people have been used to doing. So, time for a new adventure. I would say it's just time to give yourself a break. If there's something you felt like doing for a while or someplace you felt like going for a while, it's springtime, and that in itself is a good indication that it's a great time or a good time to do whatever you've been wanting to do. Um, so basically, just take a break, step back for a minute, give your life some observation, reset, rehabilitate. Your sense of adventure is calling you. Can you hear it? Listen to your heart of hearts, the still, small voice that whispers to you of holy and exotic places and of the pleasure in discovering the unfamiliar and novel, feeling confident and trusting in your instincts and intuition to guide you on your journey. Let this be a wandering pilgrimage, one where you can be appreciative of whatever circumstances you encounter and make the best of them. Have some idea where and what you will be doing, but don't be attached to the plan. Instead, be willing to adjust your itinerary as you are so guided. Dismiss the voice that says, yeah, sounds good, but I can't do that because. This kind of thinking not only limits you by always keeping you in the illusion of comfort and safety, but also leads you to avoiding the real life drama that comes from stretching your comfort zone. You need not to do so in a way that puts you in any real danger, as there are many options where risk is minimal. Yet the thrill and excitement of exploration is still there. So heed the calling and first believe that it's possible for you to act on it. And don't wait too long. Life is too short. Associations are completion, freedom, innocence, action, intentiveness, roaming, wanderlust, adventure, pilgrimage, restlessness, protectiveness, exploration, lightheartedness, and playfulness. Um, so you don't have to do anything drastic like plan a cross-country road trip, even if it's just going a few miles down the road to one of your favorite hangout spots, a lake or a river, or even just an area with trees. Get out and get some fresh air. Um, One word that stood out to me was innocence. Perhaps you're holding yourself back because you feel obligated to certain situations, events, or people. Um, know that it's not your responsibility to always take care of and look over everyone and everything. Um, Take a break. Give yourself some rest and assurance that you're doing what you can right now and you're still growing spiritually. So just give it some time and you will find that destination you are trying to get to. Card number 3 is grouse. Express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. A very deep blue, kind of indigo, surrounds the grouse. I'm going to say that's connected with third eye and intuition. That's just something that came up very prominent with me. And also, since the grouse is a smaller bird, perhaps you either need to ground yourself or perhaps you have already mastered grounding and you need to keep up with it in order for higher ascension. Um, Grouse, express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. Perhaps you've been feeling stuck or down, depressed. Maybe you haven't been feeling yourself lately. One of the best ways to snap out of that mood is to turn on your favorite music and dance. Just be silly, let loose. Um, Make a drum out of household items if you don't happen to have one in your house. A lot of us don't. Just have fun. Remember to be a kid again. Things lightheartedly. Grouse. I know some people hunt grouse as a form of energy, because some people eat them. But I want to say I feel like you're a big influence in somebody's life right now. You are the person that makes them want to sing and dance. So remember when you start to bring yourself down, that by doing that, you bring the people who love you down as well. especially when you choose to express it in such a negative manner, which we all do sometimes. We just need to learn from our mistakes and move on with grace. And we could do that by dancing, singing, being silly, just feeling ourselves, getting in touch with um, vibrations in general. Your first experience of life in a physical body was with rhythm and movement. The vibrations of your mother's heartbeat and her voice, the pulsing of her breathing, and the fluid movement of the placental sea that enveloped you. You would flow with the harmony or disharmony of her moods and movements. If you've ever tried drumming or any percussion, dancing, or the two together, you know that they touch something very deep and ancient within us. Something tribal, a deep chord of being where spirit and body coincide. Rhythm and movement draw out sensual expression and merge with the sensuous world around you. By allowing yourself to surrender to the pulse of whatever rhythm is guiding you, you connect more completely to your body. When you engage in some form of rhythmic dance on a regular basis, you'll feel more relaxed and in flow of life. Doing so can also recreate and tap into the sensations you felt in the womb, revisiting the place of no thought, where the movement moves you effortlessly. So cut loose and enjoy yourself. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Associations are movement, drumming, dancing, sacred spiral, completion, fulfillment, intuition, enlightenment, rhythm, personal power, flow, vision, creativity, and healing. So perhaps you're going to get the healing you've been seeking, or perhaps you're nearing the end of a successful project right now. The other thing Grouse was explaining was how our DNA affects us at a cellular level. Like being in our mother's womb, we feel her emotions, her harmony, her disharmony, good or bad. That's something we all experience um, as a as an embryo. So while we're being developed, we are also in tune with some of those negative emotions. So this is where the DNA reprogramming comes into play and the DNA healing. Cutting out those old harmonic cycles, the ones that keep the family from really bettering themselves or moving forward in life. Um, Grouse is here to make you become aware that you're one of those people that are going to be part of that change when it comes to helping people heal spiritually and break through toxic DNA patterns that tend to repeat themselves in cycles throughout the family or particular family members continuously. So keep shining your light. You're doing a great job, Grouse. Um, so I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into this reading. I am going to post the next spread after this video, which I will be doing the reveal for tomorrow. So thank you for participating, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please make a small contribution to paypal.me/OrlandoLMT. Anything is appreciated. Thank you. God bless.